My name's Stephanie Limiti, and for my media literacy screencast project, I'm going to be researching and analyzing the social media website known as Facebook. The page I am open to currently is my own Facebook profile page. It is a demonstration that shows what users mostly create the information posted on Facebook. Advertisers can also create content on Facebook. You can see a range of advertisements that fill the right column of my Facebook newsfeed. Advertising companies create content by paying Facebook to show their ads on users' newsfeed. So, who edits this content? Users do. Facebook functions according to what Shirky described as a publish then filter form of editing. The only content that I can see on Facebook that might be considered filter then publish would be the advertisements, because they pay Facebook money to post an advertisement and wouldn't be able to edit it later. Users can edit content on Facebook as long as the content is their own. For example, I can return to my own Facebook page. I can click on the pen to the right of my post and click delete photo if I wish. I can also unlike comments, delete comments posted on my content, and edit any comments I have made. What if the content isn't yours? This brings me to who monitors the content on Facebook. It's a combination of both users and Facebook staff. For example, I will scroll up to this picture that I was tagged in. If I believe the content is offensive or spam, I can click again to report the photo, and Facebook will review my report and ultimately decide whether it should be taken down or not. It's important to understand who owns this social media website in the first place. First, I'm going to go to Facebook's About page. While it does not specifically say who owns Facebook, we can see that Mark Zuckerberg and Mark Anderson are the co-founders, while Zuckerberg is the current CEO of the company. To verify this, let's go to Hoover's company profile page. The site doesn't tell us who owned Facebook, and let's turn over to Standard & Poor. This states that Zuckerberg is the CEO and who some of the board members are. Lastly, let's just check who is. We can see that the register's name is markmonitor.com, which is a brand protection company, so that doesn't tell us much information. We can confirm that Mark Zuckerberg ultimately owns Facebook. The Facebook About page and Standard & Poor had the most information regarding who owns the website. It appears that Zuckerberg is the sole CEO and chairman of Facebook. This could hypothetically have a negative impact on the content that is published to Facebook, because one single person has all the control over what can or cannot be published. To look at some more information on what is posted about Facebook, let's turn to its Wikipedia page. There are 3 different ways we can see who contribute to the site. The first way is by visiting the Talk page. We can see what issues the Wikipedia page is having and what other users are discussing about the content posted on the page. We can also go to View History. This shows off all the changes that users have made to the website. Lastly, let's review the references at the bottom of the page. This clues us into what references users used to cite their facts and information posted about Facebook. For example, sources listed as coming from Mark Zuckerberg himself may need to be looked into because they could be biased and not reliable information. I would say this Wikipedia site seems to be pretty reliable because even the articles marked written by Mark Zuckerberg seem to be simply facts and not opinions, and the amount of resources and people that have added the site show that it could be verified. Now let's move on to start talking about advertising on Facebook. Let's click back to my Facebook newsfeed where we can once again see advertisements that is placed here. Because I'm a female single college student and all this information is posted on Facebook, ads for cell phones, dating apps, and even birth control seem to be directed towards me. This reminds me of the readings we discussed in How Companies Learn Your Secrets. Target was able to choose which advertisements were showed to consumers by learning their demographic information such as age, gender, and where they live. Advertising could negatively impact what content the site editors decide to include or exclude from the page because advertisers will not pay to place their advertisements on websites that promote content they disagree with. For example, if a Christian company wanted to advertise a product on Facebook, but saw that Facebook also allows advertising from the birth control advertisement I saw earlier, they may disagree with this viewpoint and decide not to pay Facebook to publish their ad. This could impact what content Facebook decides can be published on their site by listening to what the advertisers want. Consumers might not be too happy with what advertisers post on Facebook as well. We're going to use the site Good Guide here in order to look into what a product I saw advertised earlier on my newsfeed. Both stats state that Good Guide rates HTC's social environmental policies as among the worst 50% companies that are rated by Good Guides. This might be important for consumers to know, especially if they disagree with the policies the product promotes. I don't think a lot of consumers would have known this information before. Lastly, we're going to discuss Facebook's privacy features. If we go here and scroll down to privacy, we can choose which information we want to see. It's pretty simple to read and understand. Facebook offers different links to show exactly what users might want to look into. Scrolling down to how we use the information we receive, we can see that Facebook states exactly what the information is used for. It states they sell our information to be used for advertisements, research, and data analysis, and the information they sell is only used if they have received permission. Some of this information is given to Facebook at sign-up. You must enter a full name, email address, gender, and age in order to become a user. Although Facebook doesn't ask for financial or geographic information at sign-up, users can still post this information to their profile. This could become an issue of safety if this occurs. For example, if a woman who moved away because her ex-husband used to abuse her, she may want to keep her geographical location private so she cannot be found. Additionally, giving financial information such as credit cards on a website leaves more opportunities for this information to be used for fraud. To show how users can better enhance their privacy features on Facebook, we're going to go over now to an extension I installed on Chrome, known as Privacy Fix. Here we can see that all my privacy problems are already fixed given the settings I have set on my Facebook profile. I think people would want to fix as many privacy issues as they can to make sure they know what data is being shared, how much, and how they can limit that data as much as possible. To see what data Facebook is actually sending to other companies, we can look at another extension I installed on Chrome, known as the collusion graph. If we go over to the graph, we can see that Facebook is sharing my data to 4 different websites. If Facebook is sharing this data with these websites, users are unaware of what other places our information is being transferred to. Once again, this brings up the issue of the wife whose ex-husband used to abuse her. If Facebook shares her whereabouts to other websites, it is easier for him to gain access to this information and find her. I clicked on an advertisement I found on Facebook that I'll show you here. Interestingly enough, the address bar states that I found this website through Facebook by showing the source. Although Facebook has a bit of a bad rep, I really do think this website considers users' privacy. Facebook, while using the information users provides, states how they will use it in a clear way and gives users the opportunity to opt out. It is important for users to be smart about the content they post on Facebook and know how their data may be used or tracked, and this may have consequences. The Ramban video we discussed in class stated how students got in trouble for posting about drug use to their Facebook page. If users are knowledgeable about these risks and do their best to maintain as much privacy as possible, Facebook can be considered a social media website that keeps privacy in mind.